This episode of the OP Show is sponsored by Customer. Say goodbye to bad service and hello to the future of customer experience. Well, Caela, thanks for coming on the OP Show. Thanks for flying in.
Yeah, thank you.
You're leaving tomorrow morning, too. You're here for like 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah. That's kind of the way to do it, though.
It's nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it's only an hour and a half to get here.
Yeah, chill.
Kind of quick turnaround. Doesn't really
Delta?
mess. Delta, yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. That was the only way I could get through it.
Was it American Airlines that just now started offering in-flight Wi-Fi?
Really?
In 2025. I'm like,
So I have
what are we
T-Mobile, and
Yeah,
usually I
so
can
do
get free Wi-Fi on other planes,
Oh,
but it's
really?
always like the limited amount. Like, you can't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, you get like 500 megabytes.
Yeah, like I can't even play a game on there. I'm like, what? I can't even do anything.
You're like, what is this for?
Yeah.
You're with JAXXON.
Yes.
We're gonna play this. So this is broken up into 3 different segments.
Okay.
I don't even know if I told you anything about this show
So
before you
I had listened
committed.
to some of the episodes before, but you definitely didn't. Like, I'm just here for the ride.
You know what's crazy is I invite people on the show and they're like, they end up flying out here and like trusting us. They're like, oh yeah, like cool, Tanner's cool. I'll just come out to Utah. And then I forget to like tell them what's gonna happen.
I feel like that happens a lot with me, and I just tell people, I'm like, just whatever, ask me whatever, and I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if there's something that stumps me,
I
don't know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so this is broken out into 3 different segments.
Okay.
The first one's always out of the box.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions about you personally, your journey with JAXXON, before JAXXON, all these other things. And then the next 2 segments, I don't even know what they are.
Surprise.
It's a surprise for both of us. Because we typically, it's like a game show, so we're competing against each other.
Okay.
So Megan doesn't give anything away. She puts it together.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like the late night show with Jimmy Fallon, except for I'm way funnier than Jimmy.
Excellent.
Yeah, so anyways, okay, let's jump into it. Your career journey, how did it lead you to JAXXON?
Yeah, I think
all the steps.
It's honestly kind of crazy. Like, I've had a very unique kind of career path, and just the journey to get here.
Yeah.
Like, the simplest thing is, like, I joined JAXXON because my brother was roommates with the founders. He also helped them out. Like, he was one of the day one, employee number 1.
Yeah.
So after a couple years, it was 2021, my brother reached out to me and was like, hey, like, you know, I know you're looking for another job, like in the middle of COVID. And he's like, you wanna just like do some stuff for us? And I kind of didn't know what it was gonna be, but I had worked in retail management before. I worked for Anthropology.
There you go. Okay,
I have like my education is in fashion, and so I was like, yeah, why not? You know, and like after a month, they're like, hey, well, you can't really continue to be like an agent because that's just you like got through everything too quickly.
Yeah.
But they're like, we need you to help us like get to where we need to be. So I think it was just like month after month, like I kept completing all the projects they had wanted to finish.
All these side quests that you went on.
Yeah, because like every single thing.
I've completed all these.
I was like, what do I do now, guys? And they're like, yeah, we can't have you keep asking, like, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah.
So my brother also wanted to move into a different kind of role at JAXXON.
What did he start doing?
So he went into influencer marketing.
Okay,
and that's where he's still at today.
Sweet.
So he's on the influencer marketing side. Josh, our CEO, was like, yeah, you know, do you want to move back to California? Like, I bet your family wants you to move back. Because I was in New York at the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'd been in New York for about 5 years, and they were like, you want to come back? Because like that's going to be a game changer. So I moved back after like 10 months of working at JAXXON. Been back in California since. Yeah, and it was kind of just fast moving into the director position, and that's kind of where I am. But it's just been one of those things where people are like, oh, you know, you must have been working in e-commerce for a long time, but it really hasn't. Like JAXXON is my first e-commerce job. It's just that I've been in a lot of things that kind of translate well to it.
Okay, so we just like covered 5 years of your life in like 30 seconds. So picking up from New York, what was like, when JAXXON was like, hey, it'd be better if you were here in California, when you first heard that, where you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like uproot my life here. How long were you in New York?
I was in New York since 2016.
Okay, so you're there a while.
I was there a while. I went to grad school there at FIT.
FIT, I don't know what that
Fashion
is.
Institute of Technology.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Yeah. So I was there.
That's kind of a big deal.
It was good. It was fun. I liked it a lot. Yeah. And I mean, I still try to do some fashion research projects on the side.
So what was kind of the dream coming out of FIT?
I think so.
Before getting into the e-com space.
For me, it was
leaving
like
New York and all your dreams behind.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, cool. I want to work in a museum.
Yeah.
Like, I want to work at the Met, at the Costume Institute.
Cool.
I want to be a curator.
Yeah.
Pay is not great.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get a job there.
Cool.
COVID happens. Nobody's hiring, especially places that are like education based.
Yeah.
But I mean, my other idea was like, oh yeah, I wanted to work for like a big brand, like a designer brand.
What were some of the designer brands that you were
like
interested in?
Dior, Chanel,
high end
heritage brands.
Yeah,
so they have a history.
Yep.
I thought that would be cool. But then with like JAXXON, I was like, well, great. I've worked in customer service my whole life, different types of service, jobs, had worked in retail. And I'm like, great, that's jewelry. It's men's jewelry. So like, this is a very easy transition. I felt like either I do it for a little while or it turns into something, even better. And at that point, we were such a small team that like, I was doing copywriting, I was learning marketing stuff. And so it was one of those things that like, it just turned into something that I was really good at, but I didn't know was an exact like job or career.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that it turned into something that you were really good at. And you're like, I didn't know I had this in me. And now you're like, you're everywhere.
It's been crazy because I think it's like with CX and like e-commerce in general, like there are so many little pieces that come from everything else I've done that I didn't realize I could just piece all those things together.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I need to focus on this one thing. I could have all the things and just put it into what I'm doing.
You just took all the ingredients. And you're like,
exactly.
I'm going to make something with this.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when they reached out to you and you're like, cool, I'm going to, was that transition from New York to LA? What was that like? And did you like say goodbye to, these friends in New York? Obviously you were there for a while.
The craziest thing was like, because of COVID, so many people moved away. I had like one really close friend who she was also kind of like on that path of doing something else. And I mean, one of the hardest things was like leaving my dog, like my dog walker, because she had become like a really good friend.
Yeah. Are you out there? So you're paying this person to walk your dog in New York?
Like I paid
and you'd
her,
go out there with her?
No, well, I mean, sometimes we'd meet up for like coffee or like lunch or something. Like
after she's walked the dog.
After she's walked the dog, or she would be like, hey, like, do you want Gabby to come over to my house for a little bit? And then like you can come pick her up later.
Yeah.
And since my dog like hated the vacuum, hated all these things, I was like, great, let me just clean my apartment. I'll come get her later. So we just became friends. Like she helped me actually move out of my apartment when the time came.
What's her name?
And her name is Natalia.
Natalia, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Natalia. I actually visited her like a couple months ago when I was in New York.
Oh,
so
sweet.
I mean, that's like one person who was like, it was hard to leave. But so many of my other friends had moved away and it was just the right time. I was like, I liked New York, it was great, but like I wanted to go back to California.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you have family out in California?
Yeah.
So
all my
brothers,
family is here.
Cool.
All my brothers, I have 3 of them. And my parents, cousins, like most of them are all out here. And then like I have a really close friend she was pregnant at the time too. So I was like, I want to be there for my best friend to have her baby.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
So you do a bunch of stuff. You complete all these side quests at JAXXON. What's like the leap forward to director of CX? When does that happen?
Yeah, so for me, it was like that first year, it was such a like pivotal year because we were super busy. We were growing a lot, added a few people to the team.
Did you guys grow a ton in COVID too?
Yes. Yeah. 2020 was a big year. And then 2020, like right after that, it was huge. And so I think that's where we, like as a brand, we're like, well, we need to kind of add more people to the team. We need to, get really creative and also tighten things up too. Like we can't just be a startup forever. You know what I mean? And I feel like we've had a lot of those phases of like, here we're like the teenage college kind of group of people who are working out of like a small warehouse and then moving up to like a much bigger office where we have like now we have a podcast studio, we have a full like gym.
So I should have come to you.
You should. Yeah. No, we have a huge like office now. It's crazy.
And is that part of the influencer marketing arm?
It
You're
is.
bringing in people, they're doing the jewelry.
And we have our own studio as well for like photography and video. So like it's just was kind of that phase of like, we've done a lot of, like we know how to manage our team, but we kind of need a better foundation.
Right.
And so I think going from the holiday season of 2021 into 2022, it was like, here's what we learned. Like a lot of things went wrong, a lot of things went well.
What were some of the things that went wrong?
A lot of
for the listeners at home, people like that stuff.
Delayed
Sick
packages
freaks out there,
These just were like, where is this truck of all these packages? Like, where did they all go?
I'm stuck in my apartment during COVID. I need my gold chain.
I need to look good for the Zoom calls, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there's just like, there was days where we were just like, we don't know where any of these orders are. And now we have to reship them, but we're getting low on inventory and like it's days till Christmas. What do we do? And I think that was like really stressful.
Wild.
And it was one of those things like, I don't ever want to go through this again.
Yeah, because how did customers react to that during that time?
I would say like,
you know better than anyone.
Yeah,
like,
half people are going to be as mad as possible. Super angry. There's the people who are like, okay, I understand, but what are you going to do for me? Yeah. And then some people who were like, thank God they never reached out. Like they're just patiently waiting. And it's like, so glad they're acting that way. But it was one of those things where like, how can we learn from these mistakes and really set ourselves up? And that's where I mean, like we already were planning for Q4 in like February of 2022. Yeah. And from there, it was just like foundation, getting, doing automation, getting creative with VIP stuff and reviews, and then kind of moving like these little targeted areas.
Where did a lot of the growth come from at that time? I mean, obviously people are like, hey, we got some stimulus checks. We call them stimmies.
Stimmies,
I might want to ball out, buy a gold chain, wear it around, feel good.
I think, you know what? So many people saw us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, like I see a ton of your ads.
Social media was like, it was huge. Working with some different athletes and influencers. And then from there.
What are some of the athletes and influencers?
Yes, like Ryan Sheckler.
Yeah, Sheck
skateboarder. We've worked
Big
with
OC guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. We've worked with OBJ in the past.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of people in baseball, like Jock Peterson. We have people in the like motocross side, but like
I feel like baseball is huge for you guys.
It is. I think our biggest
that's one of those
thing,
sports that you can wear your necklace the entire time.
Exactly.
Football and baseball.
That's one of the big things is they can wear it out onto the field, whereas everyone else you're just kind of waiting for them as they like enter. Yeah. And UFC though is huge for us, and that's where a lot of our focus is on the podcast. I think so. We got kind of started testing it out, and now we have like a huge following for that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What does a day in your life look like now that you're the director of CX at JAXXON?
I would say every day is different for sure. I definitely don't like being in traffic in the morning, so I will start my day at home, answer Slack messages, emails, because we do have like a 24/7 support team, so I always wake up to messages. Yeah. If I can take a call in my car on the way to the office, I feel like that's good multitasking.
So when are you leaving?
I leave between like 9:15 and 9:30 in the morning.
You're missing traffic.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't want to sit in hours of traffic when I could get there in like 40 minutes.
It's good.
So I try to go in. I usually get Starbucks, something like that. And then, I get to the office around like 10. And then either it's, go into calls or like in-person meetings and then just trying to, I will say, manage with all the craziness that goes on at our office.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how do you manage? How do you keep your head above water? Because CX is nuts.
Yeah, I would say at least once a week, I started going to the library.
Did you?
Actually, I feel like I need to lock in, as the kids say. And like,
just lock in the library.
I literally go, I'm like, it's silent. I'll go to like I went to Cal State Fullerton as an undergrad, so that's where I'll go to their library. And there's like one floor that's like the quiet floor. Yeah. And I'm like, I should just sit here in silence and have no one bug me. And it's a great excuse too, because I'm like, well, it's gonna take me at least like 6 or 7 minutes to get all my stuff and walk out, so I can't really like take a call with you just yet. Yeah. And that works well, because at our office, like you just never know what the day is gonna turn out like, and it can be hard to juggle, but that's just kind of like CX too, like you never know what's gonna happen.
That's crazy. With all the, let me ask you this too, because this is gonna be a more personal question, because I'm on the vendor side. When vendors, because you're probably just getting hit up all the time, we're sliding in the DMs left and right. Yeah. How do you deflect? How do you like find the right partners where you're like, okay, these people are cool, I can work with them, the technology's there, and it's solving an immediate need for us? What's kind of the process of? For
me, it's like I will right away just Google them or look them up on LinkedIn and see kind of what they're doing.
Are you looking at like followers on LinkedIn? If they have more followers, does that matter to you?
No, I don't think I ever noticed that.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
No, I don't. I'm trying to see like, do I know anyone who does follow them, or like just kind of looking
at any of the homies that I'm hitting up at events?
Do they post anything? Because I've seen some where I'm like, they have no presence. Like it's just because they don't use LinkedIn. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things where like just kind of checking out like, okay, it's good for me to know what other people are doing in the industry. Being aware of like, maybe I'll need this in the future.
Do you look at competitors ever?
I usually do.
Yeah, like your competitors.
Yeah, I do.
Like, okay,
so, I mean, sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like,
I don't want to care,
really,
but I do.
Yeah, it's one of those things where sometimes I'll look into it, and other times I'm like, I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't even waste my time.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of look to see if if anybody else has said anything about them.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where like I always have such a tight budget, so I have to get really creative with like, is this something we really need, and what is it going to do for my team and our brand?
For sure. Are you thinking my team first? If you're like, hey, what is this? How is this going to impact me, Caela, CX director? And then do you go to like, okay, this is going to like help this department a little bit, this department, or you're like, hey, how does this help the overall business?
Right.
First?
I think it's first like, is this going to improve like efficiency or like the customer experience, or is it going to solve a problem that I've been trying to deal with like manually, and it's just going to save a lot of time? And then from there, it's like, oh, well, this also solves that problem that I'm always bugging this department about, and things like that. And so there's sometimes where it's like, this is more of like an operational thing, and others where I'm like, I know I can start to generate money this way. So it is kind of hard to balance, because like, I think it's expected that a CX team should be super efficient, but it's like, you also have to be creative. It has to connect with everything else that's going on the brand. And I always have to be thinking of ways to generate revenue too.
100%. Love that answer. Okay, so JAXXON's like, obviously, I see them everywhere. They've got such a great brand. I'm going to start seeing them again. Because
you are,
we're talking
because
about
you've said it so many times, you're just going to get hit with
going to end up buying one after this. You guys have built up such a loyal customer base. One, how did you do that? What are the best ways to do that? And then 2 or 3, I guess, is how do you kind of like maintain that type of sticky customer base?
It can be hard. I think from the get-go, we just
retain, I guess I should say.
We respond to every single review. Like 5-star
Good
to
or bad?
1-star. Yeah, it doesn't matter what rating it is.
See, that's unique. I feel
respond
like
to every single one.
Okay.
And I know that you can kind of have like a general kind of generic message for 5 stars, but like addition to that, I'm like always tell my team, like even from when I started it to whoever handles those now, it's like, if this person's calling out that they bought something for their son, or this was for a wedding or like a special birthday, call that out in that review. So they know you read it, you saw like why they left this good review.
It's not just a generic macro.
It's not just a generic macro. Like you need to add something in that's related to that.
Love that.
And so I think that just shows that like we're listening, we're reading all the feedback. And then from there, like if someone did have a negative, experience, we can go through it and fix it with them. And a lot of times it's just like, what happened here? And then we can learn too, like, is there anything we can fix? Because I think that's like, you don't just have reviews just to have them.
No.
You have to do something with them.
Have you seen the movie Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like a fix-it Felix type situation. How do we fix this?
Yes, exactly. And I think that we try to bucket into like, we can control this, we cannot control this. And
so if it's out of your control, what are you doing?
I think it's just
cool,
like trying.
It's a bad review.
Trying to still like reassure the customer, do what we can, but know that like as a team, we couldn't have done anything differently to create a different outcome. Because it was like a shipping issue. It was maybe like
that's so crazy that you mentioned that shipping issue.
Like
that's the worst.
It is, because it's like, well, once we hand it over, I don't work for FedEx. I don't work for USPS.
100%.
Like I can't.
It's
do
almost
those
like
things.
you need someone to come in. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay, so
it's one of those things where like you just know, or like someone didn't understand how the discount code worked, or like maybe fulfillment did something, and we can provide feedback to those departments.
Right.
But ultimately, like I still can't. I still can't make it different.
That's interesting. What do you feel like is the best part about JAXXON CX versus other experiences that you've either gone through as a consumer or prior workplaces? I
think for me, it's definitely meeting customers where they're at, like being like, okay, I know what kind of customer you are. I know that you've shopped with us before, or you're a new customer. I know that you've had a bad experience, or you've always had good ones. Trying to find a solution, never being just like, that's it, that's the policy. Because I think like in experience, like I've had both places I've worked at or recent shopping experiences that kind of like just really left a bad taste in my mouth. Where I was like, I'm a really loyal shopper. And I'm a very nice person to people in customer service, because I want my team and myself to be treated that way.
100%.
And still ran into issues where they're like, that's
You're empathetic.
Yes, you have to have empathy.
Yeah.
And I've just had other customer service teams be kind of rude. And then I'm like, I've shopped here for years.
Are these just like policy police type?
Policy police, yeah. And that's where too, like, you know, I know there are times when like, hey, this is a rule for a reason, but sometimes you need to be able to like, okay, what's the situation here? What are all the aspects of this? Is there anything we can do to just like, if we can't return something, what can we do to still make them want to come back?
Yeah.
So just kind of just figuring it out. And it's not that difficult to spend a little extra time to do that.
100%.
Yeah.
When you look back over the last 5 years, what's like one piece of advice that you can give to someone in the industry or within this particular skill set or role where you're like, that will kind of help others coming up in this journey piece together some of the ingredients?
Yeah.
If they feel like they've got kind of the ingredients there, but they don't know how to put it together. Yeah. Like you've been able to put it together. What's some advice that you'd give to someone that's looking to do that?
I think that one of the things is don't always think of like this is an e-commerce thing. Like you can apply other industry things you've learned, other situations into CX. I think second to that is know that not everything is going to go your way. You're gonna have a lot of dead-end projects. You're gonna have to start over, but there's still more to do. And I think for me right now, I had like just recently where I was like, I've kind of done all these things. How do I keep perfecting something I thought I already hit the goal on? And knowing that like, you can still, those things you can still adjust, you can still improve. And what is it like, look at everything that you have done, what else can you do new? Is there anything exciting or different that you haven't done yet? And then just knowing that like, things change, the economy changes, the type of customer who wants to buy a chain changes, and you kind of have to start fresh with those people. And so it's not like-
You gotta get fresh with them.
Your job's not done. You can find other things.
I do love that. So one thing that I struggle with is my team will always come to me and they're like, you keep moving the goalpost on us. But behind the scenes, it's like, it's not me that's moving it. It's almost like it's the condition, right? It's you talk about all these like external things that we don't have control over. When those things shift, then it's gonna shift my ability to kind of hold the same goals in place. Those are gonna also shift. And so it's hard to try and understand kind of obviously the macroeconomic situation we're in today is batshit crazy. Like no one can account for that. Even the people whose jobs it is to account for that. And it changes
every single day. You can't know what's going to happen.
It's almost impossible. So the things that you can control that are within your control, I think those are things, I think that's great advice for people that it's like the things that are in your control, try and piece them together. Just know that things are going to change. And be fluid and flexible to that change.
Absolutely. And I think too, understanding that like, there are certain goals we had at the beginning where we were super, super like ambitious about like our first response time and our resolution times. And sometimes my team will still get stuck on that. And I'm like, you guys we hit those. And like, even if we falter a little bit, you're still way above like what's needed. And so there's room to like, hey, if we want to test new things, you can make little adjustments in other areas so that we can test this out because this is going to have us reach a new goal. And so sometimes that's hard too. And I think, like you said, like we don't know what is happening on a day-to-day basis. You just kind of have to be flexible and know that like you will have to change up your plan.
This is the last question I'll ask you. What is next for you, Caela, personally? What do you feel like kind of the next goal is?
For me, it's just kind of like continuing to learn as much as possible. Like, because my background has always been like, I was in school for a very long time and learning is like, you have to be a lifelong learner if you want to succeed. And I think that, I want to continue to just expand like what I've been doing and not just at JAXXON, but like helping other brands. And I think understanding like, it's so interesting to see like where a small brand is just starting off. Like I've kind of forgotten like, wow, like these are just fresh things for a lot of brands. But then also seeing like where brands that are even bigger than JAXXON are at and just kind of finding like these are all the commonalities we can go over and you can adapt them depending on the size of the brand. So that's like a cool thing for me. Also all my side quests, I want to publish an article in a journal this year.
Okay.
And that is like my academic goal for myself.
Can you give us any more detail?
Yeah,
What kind of article are we talking about?
I did a conference last year.
Yeah.
And I 10 years of research on a particular woman. Her name is Nancy Cunard.
Oh, wow.
She's like a big art and writer in the 1920s. So I did this conference last year, hoping to publish that this year.
Wow.
There's a lot of rules when you write things like this, but that's a big goal for me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look out for that. Where would we even find that if we were looking for it?
If
you drop a link or something?
I will.
Yeah,
it would be,
cool.
And
perfect.
So yeah.
Yeah, just make it easy on us.
I will.
Cool.
I will literally print it out then and then just send it to people.
Yeah.
Here's my PDF.
Yes.
I'll also print this with all colored pictures and just mail it to you the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. And I'll just look at the pictures. I won't read any of it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You can just read the captions.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll give you a little summary.
That's fantastic. Okay, we're going to jump to segment number 2. 3 things. New one? New segment.
Interesting.
Do you want to read off the rules here?
It says here, players will take turns to rapidly answer the prompts on the screen and blurt out their answers. There will be 8 prompts.
Okay.
All right. I'm ready.
Let's see. Name 3 things you'd never put in an email to a customer. Oh, gosh. So we're just blurting out 3 things.
Like,
I hope this email finds you well, or whatever that...
I hope this email finds you before I do.
That's a good one, too.
I have threatened that before, where I was like, I want to write this so bad. Also, I probably wouldn't curse in an email.
Yeah. I think I've cursed in an email, actually. So I'm going to take that
I've
one
definitely
out.
cursed in a Slack message.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts, really.
Dropping like a shirtless pic as an attachment.
Okay, yeah, that would be bad.
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to include any of my personal info.
Yeah, I was going to say like a credit card transaction or something, like a statement, like a billing statement for my credit card.
Definitely don't want them to find like my phone number or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like you need to call the customer support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't reach out to me personally.
No.
Especially in CX.
Yes, because that's kind of like...
They'll get you.
They will.
They'll find your address.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your address. Don't send that.
No. Yeah, that would be really bad.
I've done that too. I've sent a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't send over email. But now we know. We're learning.
We talked this out, so yeah, exactly.
Okay, number 2. 3 things on your desk right now. I've got pictures of my kids.
Okay.
And my wife and kids. I have have you seen the Avengers?
Yes.
I have a Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. It's like massive. It's like this big on my desk. Mm-hmm. And I have a salt shaker because we have hard-boiled eggs that we get from Costco.
Okay.
And I put those bad boys down. I really do.
Nice.
So I just keep the salt on my desk now. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm ready to put down 4 eggs at any given point in time. Yeah.
That's intense.
So those are my 3 things. What about you?
Okay, so I have a...
You have a lot of stuff in the trunk of your car.
That's
That's part of your office. Could you take calls from the car?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a write-off.
Gonna try on that.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah.
Hopefully IRS doesn't come after me. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
On my desk though, I have these little random like holiday critters. I think they're supposed to be like
holiday
ornaments.
Critters. Yeah.
But they have cute outfits on them. Like one's Paris, New York, Chicago.
Oh,
so
cute.
like my favorite cities.
I love that.
They were hanging.
And you were just in Paris recently.
Yes, I was just in Paris. Yeah, so I have my little kind of things
critters
there.
in Paris.
Yeah, and they're dressed super cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I have a picture of my support team.
I love that.
They had a meetup.
How many people on the support team?
Right now we have, I think, 20.
It's a good sized team. It's a
yeah, but this is when the team was slightly smaller. They had like a meetup and they sent me this like super, like it's not a photo, but it's like a painted kind of picture of them. I don't know. It's super cool though. Have it on my desk. And also we're super obsessed with sour candy at the office. And so currently we are testing out
Final Boss Sour.
These
have
like
you tried those?
I have not.
He was just on the show.
We're like ready to have like a spreadsheet of like all the things we've tried. But right now I have 6 flavors of these like, they're like sour Altoid dupes.
Oh, wow.
So now
Where do you get them?
I just got an ad on Instagram and was like instant buy now.
Yeah.
So I've got this whole stack of 6 different
buy
flavors.
Now, pay later.
Yeah. And these are sour too.
Really?
So,
okay, try Final Boss Sour.
Okay,
it's like this retro video game look, and each package of sour fruit has like its own character and level of sourness. Am I explaining this right, Nate?
Yeah.
Nate's falling asleep. It's they're incredible.
That's why you need some sour candy to just really like wake yourself up. That's how we feel in the afternoon. We're like, is it sour candy time?
Yeah.
Like, it's sour candy time because we all just need that boost.
Okay, number 3. Name 3 things you do before a meeting.
I always have water.
Water.
A chapstick.
Okay.
Yeah, like I kind of
So
have
you're
like.
applying before every meeting?
Yeah, I have like a chapstick addiction. It's
What kind of
probably
chapstick?
in
Burt's
one of my
Bees?
pockets. No, it's chapstick brand, and it has to be the blue one.
Yeah. The vanilla.
No, it's like
Is that
just
original? It's just straight up
I don't know.
chapstick
I think that's
flavor.
Yeah, this is a no flavor one.
Is that normal? Just original.
Okay, yeah. Mine is just it's the blue one.
The blue one.
The blue one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it says moisturizer.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, it's the blue one.
He'll probably overlay on the video. Do one of those.
No, that is like
here's the original.
I have to have one in like the pocket of my jacket, my purse, car, like desk.
You're gonna hate me. I probably apply chapstick like once a year. Just naturally
it's very
moist
possible
lips,
that the chapstick is making my lips more chapped.
1,000%
and
is.
the need, but it's like it's a.
We're gonna fact check that. We're gonna have someone fact check.
I'm just
that.
addicted at this
Meg,
point, so
can you fact check that?
I can't live without
GPT?
it.
Yeah. We my wife is a big like Carmex gal too, so we have Carmex everywhere. And my daughter really likes makeup right now, so she's always like puckering her lips and stuff. It's really cute. 3 things I do before a meeting. I'm usually always a couple minutes late to my meetings because I have a meeting before that.
Okay,
but I'm a big drink guy, and I have to pee quite a bit because I'm pounding like Liquid Death, Liquid IV, Red Bulls.
I mean, I'm one of those people who has like 3 different drinks on my desk at any
my
given
trash
time.
can is full of like beverages, empty ones.
Yeah. So you're just like, I gotta go.
Yeah, so I don't do a lot before each meeting.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're just like transitioning.
That's right. Number 4, name 3 jobs you'd be terrible at.
I could never be an accountant. You don't want me, like, I would make bad financial choices for anybody.
Yeah.
I would also be horrible at like any construction type job.
Yeah.
I don't care how things are made. Like I would drop things for sure.
Yeah.
Just like absolute liability. On the site.
Yep.
Also, I could not be a food critic.
Ooh, because you like
because I'm a picky eater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a really picky eater, so I could.
So you could be one, because I feel like that's like what food critics do, right?
But I feel like the selection would be really small.
Oh yeah.
It would be very.
Oh, it'd be like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it would be like, what is your favorite thing at Chick-fil-A?
A plain cheeseburger. Yeah.
It would be pretty embarrassing. So no, I could not.
What's your order at Chick-fil-A?
The Cobb salad.
Cobb salad, that's good.
But
I love a Cobb salad.
I have to then
I'm a
like
slut
make.
for a Cobb.
I have to then make adjustments.
Okay.
I'm the special order person.
Yeah.
But I try to be really nice about it so that like.
So we have a guy like that. Our head of finance. We'll go to like a nice Mexican restaurant. I'm just talking about yesterday. We went to a good Mexican restaurant for lunch, and he's like, "Hey, I want the enchiladas, nothing on them. Like, I want cheese and steak inside the enchilada."
Wait, but like no sauce?
No, there's sauce, but like anything green, anything.
Okay. Yeah.
And most of the time, no sauce. So he's like, and he always calls it out. He's like, "Hey, this is gonna be annoying."
Yeah.
And like they know him. Like the waiter comes up, he's like, "Oh, you want the enchiladas with like nothing else?"
This is why you go to places that are really good to you about this.
Yeah,
like,
but that's good customer service. Yeah, this guy knew exactly what he wanted.
I have like a pizza, like Italian place that like my family will go to, and like
Little Caesars.
No.
Okay.
No, it's called Graziano's, actually.
Oh, wow, Graziano's.
Graziano's.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been there for like, I don't know, 25 years.
Yeah.
And the minute I walk in, they know like the extra ranch, little side of extra sauce, and I'm like, you guys got
Wow,
it.
see, I love that.
And like, they will never forget. So it's one of those things where like, they'll take care of you.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I want to feel special when I walk into a restaurant.
Exactly. And you also don't want to be like judged either.
You know what's crazy? When I walk into Olive Garden, they're like, "This guy likes the unlimited breadsticks," and I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly right." I was like, I was like, "You know me."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No,
like,
we just can
keep
tell."
it coming in the oven. He's gonna order more.
He's gonna order more breadsticks. So yeah. Anyways, okay. For me, jobs I'd be terrible at, like an engineer, like a. Like any type of engineer. I'm just gonna use 3 different engineering examples. Like a mechanical engineer, not gonna be good at that. Like I have a car and I'm like, I love cars, don't know how they work. Electrical engineer, also same thing. I'm like, hey, I'm calling an electrician.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, my lights can't turn on. It's like, oh, just flip the breaker. I'm like,
no.
Never heard of it. I don't even know where it is.
Where does it exist in my house?
Yeah, and then the last one is software engineer. We're a software company. I'm not a technical software engineer.
No.
You know, I'm like, I actually went and did my master's in data science at the University of Utah, which I dropped out of. So I was really interested in the data side, and I guess there's like some engineering component to it, but it's like, it's a different language. Like engineering, you're speaking a different language, and data is more numbers, it's more math,
Right.
which I appreciated, and I could understand that, but I'm like, the different language, I can't.
Yeah.
I just am not good with languages, so I barely speak English.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I still understand you.
Thank you. Number 5, name 3 things that complete an outfit. Shoes.
Yeah, shoes for
Chain.
sure. Because chain.
Watch.
Yeah. Good. You got to have a good piece of jewelry.
Yeah,
you know?
you do.
For me, definitely always the shoes. I think.
Yeah, the shoes do. New shoes.
Yeah, new shoes. Always. Yeah, jewelry. I always wear jewelry.
You got 4 or 5 rings on?
Yeah, it's like always kind of like I feel naked if I don't have them on.
Yeah.
But I think too, I'm not a hat person. I'm a headband girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you're pushing the hair back a little bit with one of those?
Yeah. It's usually like, I think also.
Or are you talking about a headband that just goes across the ear?
No, like a headband.
Yeah,
it's, I think that's fun. Because also like I will never wear a hat.
Yeah.
So if I need to like somehow do something with my hair that's like a mess, throw a headband on. Yeah.
Good call. Number 6, name 3 things customers complain about.
Yeah, they complain when they don't read things properly.
Yeah.
So the information's always there, but they're gonna throw it back at you like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So they're always gonna complain about that. They're always gonna complain about the shipping time.
Yeah. You said it was going to be delivered today. It's not.
Yes.
It's not here.
And I don't know. I think they always those are like the 2 biggest things.
I'm thinking like.
Always complain. Yeah. Customers, I guess they always if you don't.
You don't respond right away.
If you don't respond
Speed
right
to
away.
response.
Speed.
And resolution.
Yeah.
I think
Because we definitely have
probably the
customers who
biggest.
will try to hit you up on every single channel. And it's like, whoa, it's been 2 minutes.
Yeah, chill.
Like, relax.
Yeah.
Find a hobby.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with those. So we're going to jump to the next one. Number 7, 3 things you do when you're procrastinating.
Just 3?
How many can you name?
I am a big procrastinator.
Yeah.
I kind of need the drama and the time crunch
urgency.
to get the urgency to get things done.
Deadlines.
Yeah, I need deadlines for sure. Something I will do is I will scroll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or I will
Reels?
Yeah, reels.
Yeah.
Just things like that. Or I'll play a game on my phone.
What games?
That it's like a merge game.
I don't know what
and
that
it's very
is.
addicting. I don't know, you just merge things together to make new things.
Oh,
you get
okay.
points.
Yeah.
I know it's very addicting. There's probably
Tetris.
some kind of psychological
100%,
thing to
yeah.
it. Other things, I probably
Online gambling. What about that?
You know what? I don't do a whole lot of online
You're in
gambling.
person.
I'm
You're
in
IRL.
person. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta be there at the slot
Yeah.
machine. No, I think we'll probably clean things that do not need to be cleaned.
Okay.
Why do I need to reorganize a sock drawer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. But that's
No.
kind of one of those things I will do.
Yeah. Mine is I pace. I like to walk.
Okay.
So I'll go for a walk. Other things I'll do when I'm procrastinating doing something. If I'm at home, I'll just hang out with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should probably go like fix that thing that I need
Right.
to go fix. I'm like, nah, the kids want to hang out.
Right. Yeah. That's a suitable
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
to procrastinate.
And then
Yeah.
Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Just scrolling reels.
It's just too
I just
easy.
get locked in like memes. Like I just want to laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me find something that makes me laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Number 8, 3 things you'd buy with unlimited gift card. 3 things. Jeez. Shoes.
Yeah.
I'd buy a lot of shoes.
I'd buy some really expensive purses. That's a fun thing.
That is a fun
That's you should because it's you can buy something that's super nice.
Yeah.
It's also practical. If you have a purse, you can carry your stuff in
sure.
it, but also you shouldn't be buying. There's certain price points where I'm like, this is
100%.
not smart.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Something else.
But if it's only 3 things with an unlimited, I'm buying a really dope car.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe a boat. I don't even know if I'd use a boat,
Yeah.
Car for sure.
That's hard.
Like a really sweet Vespa. I don't know, something, like a scooter.
I would
Something
want
to make me feel alive.
Right. I would want like a super nice vacation.
Nice vacation.
Yeah. But I don't know, that's tough because I want to buy something stupid.
Yeah.
That like I know I shouldn't buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, super expensive purse. Or a good vacation. I don't even know if I'd care to have a new car.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think like, man, I see that car and I really want it, but then I was like, I like my car.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many puppies can I get with an unlimited gift card? Like
one,
is a
one litter.
One litter.
Yeah.
That's just
that counts
one.
as
Yeah.
one.
So I'll take a whole litter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then sell them.
No.
Just keep them and raise them all.
Like on Bridesmaids, like driving the van with all the puppies. Like I'll just lean into
That's
that
legendary.
one. Yeah.
Good. Okay, segment number 3. Guess that slogan.
Okay.
Okay, players will be presented with 10 different well-known slogans. 1 point for whoever answers the fastest.
Okay. I'm ready.
Time to resolution, right here. This is what we're...
I feel like I gotta get ready for this.
Yeah, let me sit up. Okay.
Okay.
Let it rip.
McDonald's.
I just was gonna read it. I wasn't even gonna read the name of it.
Yeah. I'm here
you
to
are?
win.
Okay, I'm ready. Number 2. Okay, yeah.
I guess, okay, yeah. You
Because
can
you're
read
worth
it out.
Oh, because you're worth it. Isn't that like a Missy Elliott lyric? Because you're worth it. Anyways.
I don't know.
Because you're worth it.
It's like I can hear someone saying it, like in a commercial, but I don't know.
Can we have a hint?
To make, yeah, it's a beauty brand.
If it's a beauty brand, I have no idea. Sephora, Ulta, Target, Elf, L'Oreal. Hey!
Good job.
Wow. That's sick, dude. Number 3. Can you hear me now? Verizon.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, Verizon. What's in your wallet? Capital One. I'm here to win.
You're good. You're
I
good
am
at this.
absolutely here to win. Well, that's because it's what's his name? It's Samuel L. Jackson.
It's like the super deep, what's in your wallet?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I miss. You know what? I
good
haven't
guy.
watched enough commercials lately, clearly.
No, yeah, I've been watching plenty of commercials. Number 5, the ultimate driving machine.
See, I'm not dialed into
it's
this.
BMW. I drive one.
Nice.
And whenever someone gets in the car and they're like, hey, this is a nice car.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's the ultimate driving machine. So there's no way. I was going to give you a shot there.
That is
but I was
so
like,
funny.
I use that frequently.
Nice.
At least
as
once
you
a week.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard not to say that when you drive a BMW. Shout out BMW.
Yeah.
If you guys want to sponsor my car payment, that'd be sick. Number
That's
6,
the ultimate one.
Bet you can't eat just one.
Pringles.
Lay's.
Dang.
Yeah, it's Lay's. You know why I thought about that? Because I really like the barbecue Lay's. And I look at the bag on the back and it says that. And I'm like, and I ate one once and I was
You
like,
really
I gotta
can't.
just eat one. I gotta just try.
That's good.
And I was like, they're betting me right now.
You know, see, I'm not paying attention to the bag at all. It's just hand in the bag and like.
Kind of a weird slogan though. Like they should want me to eat the whole bag.
Right. That's interesting.
Because they were betting me. I was like, all right.
It's actually good that you're reading what's on the bag, because I feel like I just skip over that.
I'd be a good customer, for sure, if I were purchasing more online.
Yeah, you would.
Number 7. Oh, you got to get this one. Expect more, pay less.
This is so bad that I don't, like, I know I've seen this.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like pay less shoes, but like I know it's not.
It's not. Walmart. It's not Walmart. Target. It's one of those. Yeah. It is Target. Yeah.
Man, I thought I was going to be good at this, and I really just
You got that
blank.
first one?
I did. That's the only
McDonald's.
one.
I'm loving it.
The
You're like,
one that's
yeah,
like, that's
I'm going to
easy.
crush you.
Yeah. You guys set me up on that. Where I
We
was like,
did.
I thought I was
I'm
gonna
actually hustling you right now.
You really are.
Yeah.
And I sit here, and it's just the wind is going through each ear.
Okay,
I
this
don't
one
know.
I'm not even.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to close my eyes on this one.
Okay. I'm just going to okay. Have a Kit Kat bar.
There you go.
Thank
Kit
God.
Kat, yeah.
At least finally.
Break me off a piece of that.
Kit Kat bar.
Have you seen that Office episode? You know what I'm talking about? When they're trying to guess it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
He's
Andy's like, break me off a piece of that. And no one will
And
tell him. He's like, no one tell him.
And then, like,
he
to the
just
very
keeps trying
end,
to guess
he keeps
it.
like.
Yeah. Football, cream, fancy, feast. He keeps like trying to, yeah. It's
Oh my
fantastic.
gosh.
Number 9, snap, crackle, pop.
I know what this is.
You
But
do.
It's
It's a breakfast cereal.
I don't eat it, but I know what it is. I just have. Yeah.
It's also, if you take enough of those, that cereal.
This is horrible
and you
because
mix
I
it with
know like
marshmallows
the
and you bake
letters
it.
for this, and a completely different brand comes to mind, like
Really?
unrelated.
Say the brand.
I want to say Krispy Kreme, and I know that's not it, but those are the
You're
letters
so,
that are there.
Yeah, you're so close. Rice.
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
See? One of the
We're
words
gonna
is
give
in
that
there.
one to her.
I
Yeah.
was not. I was like, what is this?
Rice
It's a thing that
Krispies.
we always had to make as kids,
Yes.
and like nobody in my family ate Rice
No.
Krispie treats.
Well, my mom
So-
would bring home a box of like the plain ones, and I was like, "This is trash." I was like, "Don't you ever bring this
This is
home
insulting,
again." Yeah.
actually, for you to even bring this in the house.
Yeah, I was like, "It's Fruity Pebbles or nothing."
I think my mom tried to get away with unwrapping all the pre-bought ones and then
Yeah.
delivering that, and they were
Yeah.
like, "We know you didn't make these."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What? Like, you think I'm gonna actually bake these?" Like, no,
No.
absolutely not.
No. Just keeps going and going.
I mean, I just want to say Slinky, but that's like the old like who has a
Is
Slinky
it
anymore?
It's not Toyota. That one is Let's Go Places. Just keeps going and going.
Is it Subaru?
It's not a car, huh?
No.
What category is it?
Like Duracell?
Oh,
Energizer?
that's what it is. Yeah.
I need to watch more TV that has commercials because if I'm only streaming, I
Yeah.
don't see any of these things.
I've been on the ad plans for some of these.
And also, like,
streaming
I listen to
sites for
Sirius
sure.
radio, so I
Yeah.
never hear commercials.
Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that many people that listen to that still.
I feel like that might be like an old person thing. My mom bought the subscription for me for my car, and
That's
now
so
I'm just really
nice.
dialed in.
You are
Yeah.
dialed.
Yeah.
That concludes the OP show, the end.
Wow.
What is your message to the world? What do you want to share with the 50 people that are going to watch this?
I mean, this entire
That's
crowd.
generous too. Yeah.
I don't know. I think from a CX perspective, like, get excited. I think CX has so much more to offer than what I think a lot of brands are doing with it or what they think is possible. And I think it's just kind of opening your mind to what you can do. And, if you ever get bored, pick up a side hustle.
Yeah.
Find a side quest.
Yeah,
I don't know, get a dog.
I love that. Or
Something.
an entire litter.
Or entire litter.
Yeah.
Though, like,
But
I
don't
would.
sell them.
No.
Not
no.
for business, for pleasure
No,
only.
I'm just gonna have a ton of corgis, and then I will need like 1,000
Just an
vacuums for that.
army, yeah.
Just an army of just
And then
little
you're gonna
tiny
have to
short
send
dogs.
them away to your friend
Yeah,
so that you can vacuum the house.
exactly. Yeah,
That gets really hard to do when you're sending away that many corgis.
I mean that you would need a real like a wrangler, someone
You need
who
a
has.
ranch or
yeah.
something, yeah, to send them off to.
Hey, maybe that's one day.
Utah.
One day I've got the goal for.
Utah sister.
I don't know if I can leave California.
I'll convince you, just like I do everyone. Well, hey, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I was super excited to do this.